This is the card we're going to be doing today. Isn't it pretty? This is such a pretty set. I am using lovely arrangements. I used this flower, this, and then I used the dies to cut them out, plus a couple other dies I will show you. And I used the happy birthday from the virtual card retreat. You can use any birthday, happy birthday you want, or any salutation. You could take one of these and put it in and just make it smaller. I just wanted a big happy birthday, and that I didn't have to go looking because it was right here in my desk. And I used the Stone Vine 3D embossing folder. It is gorgeous. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Whoops, upside down. This is really a 3D effect, complete. Like you can see the lift there. It's very pretty. And I'm using the lovely Blossom designer series paper. I used this one, which is just plain on the back, but I really, it has direction. I did not want it that way. I wanted it this way. So, and like I showed you the card that I did with one of these the other day. It's just really pretty. See how pretty that is? That's just, will go with anything. But look at this. There's 4 different, this is the one that I just used, 4 different colors, or patterns I should say, and there's 3 sheets of each. But look at that. This is pretty, and no, petal pink. And I love the stripes, and it's on with that. So we will get started. Well, I will just stick that there. And I have all the flowers. Let me see. Put that aside put that with that. And I just used it's 2 1/4 by 3 1/2. So that's all I used of that designer series paper. It isn't much. I'm like, there we go. There. So let's get the colors going. I just cut. I didn't know, stamped and cut. I didn't know how many I would need. So I used 1 of each and the leaves. And then there's 2 standalone dies. So that's 1. And the other one's still in here, right there. And then this is already cut, so I just have to stamp it and get going. So I just took my Pretty in Pink dark, no, light, and I just did the lines. That's all I did. And then I did the flaps, the overlap, and down in here. Then I turned it around and I just colored the center. Done. And I'm doing the same thing with this one. I didn't outline it. I didn't do all the normal things. I didn't use two colors, light or dark, because I just wanted basically the center to be darker and just a little bit of color coming out from it. There, done. And this, you stamp it and die cut it out. It's done. So I am going to do my stamping. So I'll put this aside, and I will need a mask. So this is just a Post-it note. And I stamp on a piece of paper with my secret C. There it is. It's right in front of me. And I just put it in the corner here. Then I covered it up. So then I took my leaf, and then I stamped around there. Isn't that pretty? Now I just have to use the blends and go in, and it will be done. So we stamp this one again. Cover it up with a mask. Then do the rinse and repeat. There. I need that still. Isn't that pretty? This is a beautiful set. There's not a lot of images, but the images are stunning. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. And this is my happy birthday. And I'm sorry if my head is in the way. There we go. So I am going to clean these up because I'm an accident waiting to happen, or they are. If I get them cleaned up and get them out of the way, then I won't make a mess and ruin my card. Because I have a habit of doing that. There. Much better. And I am just going to stick this. I keep my mask in here. So I'm going to color this in. Now it probably wouldn't blend through because I'm not doing very much. I'm doing it very lightly, but I don't want to run the risk. I truly don't want it bleeding through and having a problem. So I am going to, I just find it easier working towards myself like this. you do you. And then that one is done, and I can put that away. And just a little bit along there, and then flip this over. Oopsie. Sometimes my hand jerks, and it just did, which sucks. There. I don't know why it does that, but it happens. There. So I am going to glue this in, and yeah, see, it goes through. And this is cardstock, so envelope is a lot thinner material. Well, that just popped on top of my hand. Now I got glue on my hand. Oh, and I just got glue there. Lovely. Thankfully, this adhesive remover works wonderful. Okay, Kleenex. Now, get rid of that, and we're going to bring this in. Actually, we're gonna this goes up here. If I were you, I would arrange it on your piece, and then you know where everything's going to go approximately. And this one's down here. Whoopsie. I got glue on my finger, so it just wants to. Like that. So now I'm going to take my tweezers. This is from the Additions Toolkit, Stampin' Additions Toolkit, and you get the embossing buddy with it. You get these tweezers. You get a brush. You get a tray for your embossing. It's a nice set, but the thing I use all the time are my tweezers. Like, they are such a big help. I love my tweezers. They just help so much. Put things down, and yeah. Just like that, and it's down. So how's everybody doing today? I was talking to my daughter last night. They went away for the weekend. They have 2 young boys in hockey, and they were gone all weekend to a tournament, and they stayed in a hotel, motel, whatever. But they have 2 boys in 2 different tournaments at the same time. And she said, oh my word, the one kid was going one way for stuff with his team, and the other kid was going someplace for his team. And she came home on Sunday night, and they fell asleep, and their kids were on their electronics for 5 hours. She says that never happens. Like half an hour. They have a limit on how long they get screen time, and I think it's a half an hour. And 5 hours. Oh my goodness. She must have been exhausted. So her and Dave went downstairs, and they both fell asleep on the Chesterfield. Because Dave was coach for both teams. He was only supposed to be coach for one, but it ended up because something about they couldn't get a coach for the other team or something like that. So yeah, he was pulled in many different directions. Caitlin had to take the one kid, and Dave took the other kid. And yeah, for one kid had pizza party while the other kid had a baseball or a hockey game. So and Dave was the coach, so he had to be there. And so they sent their oldest with somebody else's parents and the kid so that he could go to the actual party and have a good time with his team, the players on his team. And oh, she said Dave came home and he says, I'm just going to coach one team next year. He says, this is just too much. I thought, yeah, that's one of the reasons our kids didn't do very much. It would have been me taking them everywhere. There. Isn't that, it is so pretty. And it just ties in because it's a viney look. So we're going to get the dimensionals. Well, I try to use up what I have, so we will see. Just get them out of the way. We have a little one. We have a baby. Oh, I think that was empty. Yeah, it's empty. It just, when I threw it in the garbage, it didn't sound like it was empty. Oops. And then, oh, it's going to work out perfectly. So now I'm just going to push these down and get them off. Oops, that didn't come off. There we go. And this is going to go right here in the corner. I see this is not, I usually make sure that it's well done ahead of time, but obviously I did not do that. So now I am going to put this on. This is a quick and easy card, but it's actually a very pretty card, even though there's not a lot to it, of work to it, because I colored it, but I didn't really color it. I didn't spend a lot of time. I think I did dimensionals on this one too. There. I have a curve in the end, so it acts like a hook. Sometimes it's a blessing and sometimes it's a pain in the geezer. So this is going to go down here, and I'm centering it. Oh, excuse me, hopefully it's straight. Now we're going to do the bow. This is retired ribbon. I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to continue using it till it's all gone. But you can take white ribbon, any white ribbon that you have, and color it with your Pretty in Pink blend, and you will get a pink, Pretty in Pink ribbon. So now I have to, actually I'm going to put this down first. There. And get another one. I wonder if I can move that. And do it this way. That doesn't make much difference. But there. I wasn't thinking as I'm putting it on that that is going to go right over top of that. going to get very little. I could put it underneath. I poke it through and I pull it back out with that hook. There. There we go. I just don't want to cut it so short that... So what do you think? If you could like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel, that would be wonderful. What do you think of my card? I love Secret Sea and Pretty in Pink, so this is just a perfect card for me. Thanks so much for being here. I truly appreciate you taking time out of your busy day and spending it with me. I'm so blessed. Thanks. Bye now. I forgot to put the embellishments on. I don't know where my head was, but anyways, so I am just actually, this one's better. My dentist tool here. These are retired. These are my Strawberry Slush and Pretty in Pink gems that from, oh, something we had. I don't know. I can't remember, but I'm going to use them. And these are on the retirement list. Last time I looked, they were there. I don't know if they still are, but I'm going to use them regardless. I love these. They shouldn't be taken out. We should get to keep them, but yeah, they're not, so we got to make the best of it. There. And there's the card. So what do you think of it now? I bet it looks a lot better. Sorry about that. Thanks. Bye now.